Perfect. I think we're live. Just have one in the chat so far. I figured I'd start this live chat at around this time, so 3:30 Pacific Standard Time for anybody that wants to jump in on the East. Might be slightly too early. Maybe people are still at work, but that's okay. And you can always watch the video later on if you have some free time out of your schedule. We will give it maybe another minute or two, and then we'll jump right into this video, which is an exciting one for me. I love talking about this. Hello again, Amanda. Thanks for jumping on. So, today's episode, we're going to talk about abandoned properties in British Columbia. We're going to talk about 5 specifically, and then maybe what I want to do is jump into one of my videos. There's basically an abandoned hotel called the Pink Palace that I visited. I guess it would have been a couple of years now already at this point. But it was a really cool experience. And maybe I just want to showcase a little bit of that video if you guys are interested. Hey, Julia, thanks for jumping on. And it should be very interesting. I love this stuff. I love talking about abandoned gold mines and gold towns and all that stuff. So I'm just going to share with you guys some videos of other content creators, like I always do, and give their videos a like and a good comment, as I do as well. So we'll go through 5 videos of 5 different locations, and every one of these locations I've sort of looked up, and it's on my bucket list as well. And when I get back out to doing some camping and hiking and adventuring, I'm going to definitely hit these spots up for sure. And so that'll most likely be in the next couple of weeks. And then I can start going back out and doing some filming and sharing some of my backyard to you nice folks. So we'll give it maybe another minute or two and see if anybody else jumps on. Again, some people might still be at work, which is totally fine if you can't make it on. And again, my channel is not massive or anything, so it's not expected that I'm going to have a large amount of people jumping on. But that's okay. How's everyone doing today? Looks like we got a third in the chat. Welcome. All right, you know what? Let's jump right directly into the video, and maybe just give me a thumbs up in the chat if you guys can hear me okay. Hopefully there's no sound issues. But we're going to jump right into the first video. And the name of this location is called Barkerville. And this is in northern British Columbia. So let's show you guys this particular area. Yeah, so I assume you're in the same area as me. Well, happy Family Day to you too, Amanda. Welcome to the chat. So let's jump right into the first video here, which is Barkerville. So this spot is a neat spot. I've always wanted to come visit here. So the name of this channel is Hikin' RV. They've got 5.16 followers, and this particular video had 4.9 thousand views. That's awesome. So let's get into the video and let's check it out.
Half weeks, and
just gonna turn the volume down a little bit.
So we hope you enjoy this video.
Let's get past the music here. So for anyone that does not aware of kind of where Barkerville is, Barkerville, British Columbia. Let's check out the map here and zoom out a little bit. So Barkerville Yeah, me too. This is on my list. I've been wanting to go here for a long time. So Barkerville is really quite north, right? So I'm all the way down here in the Vancouver area, and Barkerville's all the way up here, so near Vanderhoof and Prince George and Fraser Lake. So it looks like you can take the Highway 97, and that'll split off and take you, or there might be an alternate route, I'm not sure, but it looks absolutely beautiful. So let's check it out. It never ceases to amaze me how incredibly large the landscape is in British Columbia. Nice.
We enjoyed our drive in. We stayed last night at Lake Lahash Provincial Park, which is a really nice park.
Welcome to the chat.
On the lake, but the campsite is
Thanks for jumping
across
on.
the road from the lake. With the
For those of you that are new to the chat, we're just going into some abandoned spots that you can visit in British Columbia. We're just showcasing some other content creators that are out there. And really, just showing the awesome videos that they put together. And so if you have a spot that you want to visit, this 5 list here will help you on some of your travels, I'm sure. I've pre-looked at these videos, and they've got a lot of good information, so it's pretty awesome. Let's keep watching.
Nice campground, reasonably large. We talked to some people who were camping there and have stayed there several times. They said it's never really very busy. And if you want to go to the lake, though, you have to cross the highway. They actually have a little underground corridor to go underneath the highway, which is nice.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the lake itself is very pleasant. We'd recommend, if you do stay there, and we liked it, is that you don't stay on the highway side. Which
so it looks like that lake is called Williams Lake.
We also heard some of the traffic in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
But
from what I just see below the comments here.
Farther back in the campground, it's actually very quiet.
Yeah, and actually that's why
That is
most of the
quite
people
the
were
nice
back there.
van
It was
setup
nice
they have
'cause it
there.
was so empty.
Yeah, we were starting to wonder if we were the only with the
Nice.
highway in between. So it seemed like a very nice campground.
Let's get into sort of the actual Barkerville here and see what that looks like.
A little bit of video and a lot of pictures to share.
Barkerville has its origins from Billy Barker, one of the first miners who struck gold in 1861 at Williams Creek here on the west side of the Caribou Mountains. His claim would eventually yield 37,500 ounces of gold, worth $650,000 at that time.
Impressive.
And eventually yielded over 5 million ounces of gold over the course of the gold rush. Barkerville grew overnight into a boom town, but was completely destroyed by fire in 1868.
Oh.
Amazingly, it was rebuilt with 90 buildings within 6 weeks.
Wow.
Notably, half the population of approximately 5,000 in Barkerville by the 1880s consisted
Look at all the
of
wagons.
Chinese.
Look at the old school wagons there. That's cool. Really old school billiard table there. Wood burning stove. That's my jam right there. Awesome.
With 90 buildings within 6 weeks.
For those of you that just jumped on, we're
Notably,
checking out
half the
Barkerville, which is
population
in
of
northern
approximately
British
5,000
Columbia.
in Barkerville
Abandoned
by the 1880s
mining town, it
consisted
looks
of
like.
Chinese migrants, as evidenced by its large Chinatown. The remainder of the population also included indigenous peoples, as well as others from the U.S. and around the world. Barkerville started to decline in the late 19th century and was declared a National Historic Site in 1923.
Well, it's good to have new friends here. Welcome to Barkerville. My name's
I love the
Barker.
role play of this stuff. It's just great.
Feel free to ask anybody.
Wonderful.
But me. So, just teasing, of course. We enjoy your visit, and we'll see you around, okay?
Thank you.
If you come up to the Sharp House, I might show you a bit of gold if you're good.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. Thank
But
you.
you have to be good.
We'll try.
That'll be tough. This is a tea house. In a normal season,
I'm straight up nerding out on this right now. It's awesome.
we could go in and they would introduce us into a variety of different teas.
Oh, it's a tea
But
house.
today
That's
we just
awesome.
get to look in. Good morning.
Got lunch here.
Yes, almost certainly.
The music's awesome too in the background. I'm really getting down with it. Very cool. So it looks like these guys RV around and they've got a nice camping setup and they seem like really nice people. Ooh, this is the food portion. Oh, did I miss it? I missed the food portion.
Amazing amount of baked goods for sale.
Oh, so it looks like they maybe went to a bakery nearby, got some fresh bread. Nice video. Really good information about the town as well.
The spaces here between campsites are definitely bigger, but there it's also quite big as well. So I think both would be, somewhat of a wash if we came back, frankly.
The campsites are pretty much like provincial park type campsites where it's very roomy and quite private, so that's really nice.
Yeah, we're not sure how it's structured. It's almost like
it didn't seem like there was anybody at all in the campground. It looked like it was relatively empty. Huh. Nice. Very good video. And again, the name of this channel is Hikin' RV. I'm just going to put a like on this video and a comment. Oops. Definitely a place. I can't spell today. Definitely. What is wrong with me? Definitely a place I want to go visit. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, this video was 3 years ago, so it's quite an old video, but it's a really good one. Nice. All right, let's check out the next location here of places to visit. So the next place is called Sandon, BC. And I was looking at this video, found this video here, and the name of this channel is Sarge Inc. 1.86 thousand subscribers. And let's look up some details about Sandon, British Columbia before I get into the video. So, Sandon, British Columbia. Yeah, so another north sort of Kootenays area location. And it's way up there. It looks like it's by Kelowna, like past Kelowna, near a place called Valhalla Provincial Park. And it looks amazing. Another abandoned sort of site that you can go and visit. So let's check out the video and see what they have showcased here.
Just ask me.
So I'm out here in historic Sandon, BC.
And Sandon is probably BC's most famous ghost town.
Welcome to the chat.
Back in the late 1890s, Sandon was absolutely booming. It was the biggest city in the Kootenays. With a population over 5,000 people, this was the heart of BC's silver country. But as quickly as the miners came to town, the miners left town, leaving Sandon to become the ghost town that it is today. And I'm out here living the van life. I'm spending one night camping in an abandoned ghost town. And with that being said,
Looking good.
let's go.
I like this guy. Sandwich looks good. I'm hungry.
Well, welcome to Sandon. I got the van behind me. I'm going to be camping here. I got the campsite behind me. I got the town down there.
Oh, he's camping like right next to the spot. That's awesome.
Giant pile of firewood. As I was paying up for camping,
That
I was
is
told
the
that big
life
fire,
right
a long
there, let me
fire,
tell ya.
Burn as much wood as I damn well please. So I definitely am going to burn a lot of wood tonight.
Look how much like
much
chopped
wood as
wood
I
there is
can.
over there. Holy.
But anyways, before that, we are going to do some sightseeing. Probably go up to the powerhouse first. I will check out some of these sites. This is a cool spot. And I'll tell you more about it as we go. But with that being said, I was also warned about mice. Oh. A bug in my lens.
So like I was saying, I was warned
Let's
that
check
there
out
could
the,
be
the
mice in
sites
the
here.
area. And still shook from my recent
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks so cool, I know. And I like that he's camping like right next to the Oh, it's just by donation. It looks like. I like how he's camping like right next door to the site. That's so cool.
Because the water was free. Okay. 1950 version of the multimeter. That little one they put in their pocket or pouch nowadays.
Yeah, I have one in my van.
Didn't fit back then.
Huh.
These rechargeable batteries.
Town center. Sandon was once an absolutely booming town. Boasting a population of 5,000, the Silver City was a true
Welcome
miner's
to the chat.
paradise. And while
Thanks
the
for joining,
miners have
guys.
long gone, there's an eclectic mix of their memories left around.
Cool little building. You see the tracks. Well, one of these mining cars probably rolled right on those tracks.
Oh yeah. Huh.
Interesting place.
I have to describe the mix of memories left behind as eclectic, because while a lot of it remembers Sandon's silvery heritage, like its historic 120 plus year old city hall, there's also a nod to its railway history.
Yeah, the mice they're adorable, but man, they can freak you out. I remember when I was camping, Amanda just said I couldn't do it if there was mice. Scariest animal. I hate those little things. I find them very adorable, but I remember I was camping one night and just doing an overnighter, and I woke up at around 2 a.m. and there was tiny little breathing beside my ear, and then I have a video on my channel, but I woke up and there was a tiny little mouse kind of breathing hectically because he couldn't get out. He's trying to get out of the tent. He got in, but couldn't get back out. And so I took like an hour, or not an hour, probably like 20 minutes to try to get this little fella out of my tent so he can be on his way. But they get into some things, and yeah, their poop is very dangerous too, actually. So it can get you really sick, but I find they're very cute.
Where Sandon was at the terminus of 2 different railways. And then there's this strange collection of buses. The so-called
This guy really did his
Sandon
research
ghost
on this video. Nice.
have no historical relation to this area, but they definitely have a spot in BC's history. Known as Brill Trolleys, these were electrified buses that roamed the streets in the 1950s. Though they lack historical context here, I found the buses to be one of my favorite parts of Sandon.
Maybe you should try camping out on one of the
Visually, they are
buses.
quite
Maybe they'll let you
appealing,
do that.
And they make for some
It's kind of
good
a Steve
Instagram
Wallace
photos.
reference there.
And while it is cool to learn about history, looking cool on Instagram is an important part of your vacation as well.
I like this guy. Let's get some overhead shots of this spot. Wow, this is really neat. Again, the name of this place is Sandon, British Columbia. It looks like it's in the Kootenays area of British Columbia. Old fire hall there. Look at the
Here in
amount of
Sandon
firewood this guy
is the
has. He's
best
like living the
value
lavish
campsite
life here for
of
camping.
my
This is
entire trip.
like a
I
camper's
also thought it
dream
was
right
nice
now.
to point out how they already had 20-liter buckets of water sitting by the fire, which is a really good idea, especially when you're encouraging knuckleheads like me to have a big fire.
So fire's
This
going
guy's
good.
funny.
Oh, I can see my breath. Fire's going.
Ooh, I'm assuming there's a nice little restaurant nearby that you can munch down on some good, delicious food. Yeah, again, Sandon. It's an abandoned ghost town in Sandon, British Columbia. Very cool. All right, let's check out another spot here. Let's see what else we have. So this next place is called Morden Colliery, and it's another historic site. And this is in a place called Nanaimo, British Columbia. And so let's check out this site. The name of this channel is Christian Baxter, 41 subscribers. And this particular view had 103 views. Nice, 3 years ago. And let's check out this video. Let's check out exactly where the Morden Colliery is first, though. Morden Colliery. There. Let's see if we can't see it on a map. Here we go. Yeah, so Vancouver Island here. just across from Vancouver in British Columbia. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for joining. And so if you look here, it's on Vancouver Island. You can see the Morden Colliery Historical Provincial Park. And it doesn't look like it's actually that far away, especially if it's Nanaimo. It's probably not that far of a drive if you want to travel to this spot. But let's check out this guy's channel. Let's check out his video. And you know what? I forgot to put a comment in the last previous video and a like, so I'm going to make sure to do that as well. I cannot forget to do that.
This Morden Colliery was built in 1913 and it's completely abandoned now. Taking a little tour.
Wow. That's cool. What is a colliery anyway? I need to look this up. I know I sound ignorant, but a colliery is a coal mine and its associated buildings. Collieries only refers to coal mines, not other types of mines, because it's an alternate spelling of colliery. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Huh. You learn something new every day. Some of you in the chat probably already knew that. You're like, ah, I already knew that. Welcome everyone to the chat.
Lots of old relics.
On this episode, we're just looking at abandoned sites that you can visit in British Columbia. So if you didn't catch some of the previous ones, you can definitely revert back to the video. Just kind of rewind a little bit, check it out, and check out some of the ones we started off with. But there's some really cool spots in British Columbia to check out. And this is part one of part two. I'll probably do a part two in the next couple of days so that we can showcase it.
Old barrel here.
And you know what I'm going to do before I continue on with this video?
Yeah.
I'm going to just make sure to like that last one, which is called Daryl Travels, I think his name was. Oh no, this is a different channel. Sorry, that was a different channel. I'm just going to find that previous video. I just want to make sure to hit a like and put a comment on there. Just before I forget. Can't seem to find the video, but I'll find it later, and I'll make sure to hit like and put a comment on that video. Let's keep checking it out here. It's a huge site. I wonder if there's like camping around the area as well. Huh. Oh wow. You really have to be cautious about where you're stepping, that's for sure. Looks pretty precarious.
This is where the trains were loaded with all the coal.
That is really neat. Again, this is on Vancouver Island in British Columbia. And it's the Morden Colliery Historical Provincial Park. A lot of these places would be really creepy to camp out overnight. It doesn't, like, the majority of the videos I haven't seen really anybody else on the property. It's kind of neat. Nice. Let's jump over to the next abandoned site. Let's check it out. So the next spot here is called Quesnel Forks. So Quesnel Forks, and let's look that up on a map. And it's another spot that you can actually go and visit. Ghost towns, here we go. And it's in a place called Quesnel, I believe. Again, for reference, Vancouver's just right here, so it's way up north from Vancouver. That's going to be quite a drive to get there, but it looks like it's really neat. So let's check out that video. And let's see what this... So the name of this channel is Exploring Dirt with Dan and Cam. Or Carm, I'm sorry. Let's check this video out here.
I think this was the original town site of Quesnel Forks.
Quesnel Forks.
All right, here we are in Quesnel Forks. So we're going to look at the visitor center first. So Quesnel Forks was also known as Quesnel City, or simply known as the Forks. That's about all I know. Even with the paper in my hand, I can't get it right.
Built in the 1860s. There's a lot of the original buildings are still standing. We're gonna take a walk around and have a look at them. I think this was the original town site of Quesnel Forks on here, but it's totally peeled off. You can't even make it out.
1868, yeah.
You can see where the river was and then all of the streets, but that's about all you can see. So there's an old cemetery and a new cemetery. So the new cemetery is here on your left.
So the one I'm looking at?
Yeah.
Wow, this looks awesome.
The cemetery dates back.
Wouldn't it be sort of creepy to camp around the cemetery? I guess that'd be a little too weird.
Holy smokes.
I'm always looking for camping spots.
That is old. I mean, this is way older than the Phoenix Cemetery we went to last year.
Yeah, it is.
That one was only 1901 or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
This one's 1950 to 1994. I mean, some of
this is the new side.
Okay, 2012?
Yeah. Well, that one back there is 1912, though.
Oh, wow.
But they did start renewing or fixing the cemetery up.
May 28th, 1912? 1909. Oh, boy.
That
There's
is...
some ghostly figures here. Look at that one. That one's cool.
Speaking about creepy, yeah.
1833 to 1918, the Gold Rush miner. Wow.
Born in Truro, Nova Scotia.
Yeah, I guess that's what that would mean. Wow, that is so wild. What is that?
Yeah, what's...
19th century Chinese incense.
Altar house.
Altar house.
Interesting.
Well, because
An incense house.
they had the highest Chinese population outside Victoria and Nanaimo.
Oh, okay.
at the time in the late 1800s.
Well, there's one. Wang Kun, native of China, died 1937, age 86.
Wow.
I mean, for 1937 to be 86
Yeah.
is...
Wow.
It's looking like they exhumed a lot of the Chinese. Look at, we're standing right on them.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. See?
So we were in Granite City.
That's
recently,
crazy.
And they have a whole section of Chinese cemetery that they exhumed all the bones. And they were supposed to go back to China.
Which was the practice back then from a lot of these old cemeteries.
Yeah,
Kind of creepy.
it really is.
Like creepy.
That is very creepy.
That's thunder.
That is thunder. Oh yeah, we're gonna
It'd
go
be
back.
such a creepy place to camp, I know.
We've got a storm coming in.
That's crazy that they exhumed
Some of the
the...
buildings down here are still standing. When I say still standing, what they mean is that there's 3 or more walls still standing and it has a roof system. And there's some collapsed buildings.
That's so interesting.
Little thing hanging out. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I can handle a lot of things. Snakes are not one of them.
Yeah, probably just a little gardener
The
snakes.
major supply center for the caribou gold
These guys are
rush
providing a lot of good
in
information actually on this
1860
video.
and 1862.
Welcome to the chat. Thanks for jumping
Catered
on.
to over 2,000 transient miners annually and had a resident population of about 100 people.
It's got a neat thing on top. It's like it's not really a door, is it?
I don't know. Fairly well preserved though, aren't they?
I like the
Well, there's a sign here. Let's see what it says.
narration. They're really...
The miner's cabin.
Huh.
The shoe store.
Again, this is
lots of shoes in it.
Interesting.
a ghost town of Quesnel Forks in British Columbia.
So this is, oh, it was a store, so that's why it's different from most then. Okay. Look at the old shoes. Those are cool.
Yeah, it just keeps going. It looks like the property is absolutely
And
huge.
until 1910 had over 100 members. And this is
So this is a picture of what it looked
at
like,
one
I
point
guess,
was a toll bridge.
back way then.
Toll to walk across?
All wagons and
Oh, okay, okay.
part of the old wagon roads. See, over here on the shore, you can actually see more.
Now
of
that's
the
a
wood
cool
piling.
spot.
So it must have been a fairly high bridge then. But
I'm going to put all the links in the description, I guess, for these channels, their videos.
And at one point, this was
And
actually
I'll try my
washed
best to
out.
put the locations
So
on
when I
here as
look
well,
where we're standing
so that you could
now,
just kind of
boarding
put them in your
house,
web browser if you're planning on doing a trip.
down here,
Maybe you want to do
there's
some
the former
video
location of
filming yourself.
the
I don't know if some of these
death
spots charge you to do some
house,
filming. Some of them do.
Louise,
A
and
lot of them
farmhouse.
don't.
So where the
I think you
river
can just
is
go
right
there
here.
and
that's
just
actually
film.
land.
I'm pretty sure.
This little piece right here,
No kidding.
it was
That's
washed
cool.
out. The boarding house.
Little bathtub there.
Look how tiny that is. That has got to be.
Right? And don't be the last person in it, because gross.
This little tub is only about 4 feet long in the bottom. And the
That's
little
it.
part
It's so
at the
small.
top
Wow.
where you put your back. That is so short.
Great channel, great video. Yeah, again, Exploring Dirt with Dan and Carm. Let's do a like, and I just remembered I didn't hit a like and put a comment on the previous video as well, but I'll make sure to update those both when we're done with this awesome little chat. So I'm just going to put comment. Spot looks spooky. I always get definitely wrong. Thank you for sharing. So there's one place that I was lucky enough to visit, and this place is called the Pink Palace. And I'll just show you maybe some images of what it looked like before. Pink Palace. I think it is Surrey, British Columbia. Images. Let's see. So I don't know how many old photos there are of the Pink Palace, but I think previously, Amanda, you mentioned that you saw that video when I posted it. And I don't see any like old photos of the Pink Palace anywhere here. But I was lucky enough to be able to do a tour, so to go into the Pink Palace, and there's lots and lots of ghost stories about this spot. I'm gonna see like 1980. Maybe I can find something there. It's mostly modern photos, it looks like. But yeah, I got a chance to go in and walk through. Oh, it's your favorite video, yeah. And it was pretty creepy. It was pretty creepy. Oh, there's my video right there. So let's jump into the video. And again, it's in a city called Surrey, British Columbia. It's an abandoned hotel. I think since my video, maybe they've been bought out. I don't know, and they're going to be rebuilding something there. I'm not sure. But it was definitely one of the creepiest places that I've been. I'm not really a big ghost believer. I don't believe in ghosts until I see one. But yeah, it was definitely creepy. You hear a lot of sounds and creaking noises and all that stuff. So let's check out that video. And let's see if I have that open here. Let's see if I can't find it first. You know what? Why don't I just go here and click on the video. There we go. So let's check it out. Again, the name of this is called the Pink Palace. I like the little intro I did on this one. So obviously it's not pink anymore, but it's been since painted white. And the time when I got in the hotel and the filming that I did at the hotel was all during the day. I don't know if they're still letting tourists go into the building. You have to pay. I think you gotta book something. I don't know if they're still booking tours at the spot. But I thought this was such a cool experience. I mean, like, as soon as you walk in, it's just a massive ceiling. There's an old swimming pool down below the pool area. Again, it's called the Pink Palace in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I definitely want to walk up there, check out some of those rooms. This is absolutely huge. Thanks for jumping on the channel. We're just looking at abandoned spots, and on this one we're looking at the Pink Palace. I'm not a believer. I had to put the creepy music in the background. I just had to. Let's keep checking out some of the other areas of the building. Yeah, it was pretty creepy. There was a dance floor. And before I entered the building, there was a couple of places that they said were the most haunted. So the freezers in like the bottom floor, and then there was certain bathrooms that they said were super haunted. So obviously I had to go into those spots and shut the lights off and just kind of listen for a bit. And I'll be honest with you, it definitely creeped me out. I'm going to try and find so here's the kitchen portion of it here. Yeah. It's creepy, isn't it? So this is the part where you enter into the kitchen, where all the freezers are located. That's my dad in the video, by the way. And this was said to be one of the most haunted areas in the entire site. So this is the view from down below where the pool is. And then these bathrooms here, I was told, are the most haunted. That's the most haunted section in the entire palace, the Pink Palace. And so I went in here. I think I shut the lights off for a while. There's that famous pink color again. It was, yeah. So now I actually go back. Strange. Apparently is where one of the spirits kind of hangs out. So they say. So I'm just going to hang out here for a bit with my light off. See if I can't hear anything. Yeah, I was a little nervous, I'll be honest with you. I was a little scared at this point. I waited for a couple minutes, didn't see any ghosts for the record. And then I go over to the freezer portion here and I walk into the freezer. And what do I have to do? Of course, I have to shut the door and turn the lights off, like everything else. Should I close the door a little? You can see the fear in my eyes. Nothing. Didn't see any ghosts. Yeah, I'll put the link in the description for this. There's some history behind this hotel. It during the 80s and 90s, there was some connection with gangsters and a variety of other things from what the manager had told me before, and it was said that they held some bodies in the freezers from their doings, and yeah, they basically said that since the construction had started on the palace or hotel, the hauntings had started to reduce. But yeah, she also mentioned that people are constantly breaking into the palace, so they have to have like constant security along the palace. But look into it. It's a pretty cool spot. It's awesome, an awesome place to check out. And yeah, so I guess I want to cover off one more spot that you can visit, and I will just locate that on my channel. And it's some abandoned trains, and I saw this first on Camping with Steve. So some of you in the chat probably know who I'm talking about. He's got his own channel. But I went to these abandoned trains as well in a place called Squamish, British Columbia. Actually, I think it might even be in Whistler, British Columbia. And I went there during the winter when there was absolutely nobody around. But I'll show you what the trail looks like on All Trails so you can go and visit yourself. All Trails, abandoned trains, Whistler. So if you are visiting the British Columbia area, you can definitely hit this trail up because it's a really cool experience. And it's just, so the total length of it is 2.6 kilometers in length. Super duper easy hike. Elevation gain is like nothing. It's 71 meters. And you get to cross over this really cool, it's like suspension swinging bridge. And it's just a really, really neat site. But let's check that out, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. Let's go back a little bit. Best time of the year for sure is to go during the winter to the abandoned trains. It gets really icy and really slick, and there's some kind of down slopes, so just be careful when you're walking through, and especially near the actual train, the abandoned train site. But yeah, I saw this. Steve Wallace kind of did an overnight camp, and I'm like, hey, you know what? That's in my backyard. I can drive over there and do a day hike of it and check it out. So it's really cool. So you walk up to this swinging bridge, which Had a lot of weight on it because it was full of snow, but and again, like all my other hikes and camping adventures, wintertime is the very best time. There's nobody around. Everything's empty. During this trip, I saw maybe 2 or 3 people, one walking their dog. So, yeah, it was completely empty. So these are the abandoned trains. Pretty cool. So I just looked up a little bit of information about these abandoned trains. So it looks like there was a collection of them that were derailed in 1956, and the cars were just left in the forest. Looks like, so it says, how did it happen? So the freight trains were traveling from Lillooet to Squamish, British Columbia, and it was going a little bit too fast on the tracks, and they were being repaired, it looks like. One of the cars curled a track and the train derailed. The train tumbled down a steep embankment. It says nobody was hurt during the crash, and ever since, like, they just weren't removed. They just left them in this site, and you can just go ahead and walk around. So it happened in 1956. Lots of graffiti, obviously spray painted everywhere. But I was kind of jealous. Yeah, Steve Wallace kind of camped in one of these cars overnight. He did a little overnight session. Ah, man, I wish I could do that. I should have done that. That would have been a good video for sure. Look at all that twisted metal. Jeez. Huh. In that video. Pretty sure. Great spot. And again, I'll put all of these these links in the description, so you guys, if you want to plan a trip out here in British Columbia, you can go and check it out. A lot of these spots I haven't even visited yet, and my list is getting bigger and bigger. So soon I'm going to need an Excel sheet to sort of do a drop-down list because there's so many spots to visit. But yeah, so I'm going to finish the video off here, and just look out for part 2 of abandoned British Columbia, and we'll cover off some other locations in British Columbia. I've got a whole list of things to go through. So thanks for jumping on today's live chat, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I'm going to make sure to hit a like on those 2 other videos and put a comment on those 2 other videos. And appreciate you guys. Thanks for the like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.